The world watches as the ground thaws in Ukraine, signaling a potential renewed Russian offensive. The Kremlin's shadow looms large, casting a chill far beyond the Donbass battlefields. Moscow's ultimatums strike at the core of European security, demanding NATO halt eastward expansion and Ukraine abandon Western ties. This is not a regional conflict, it is a global flashpoint. The stakes are incredibly high, not just for Ukraine, but for the future of the international order. The world wonders if the lines drawn in the Ukrainian mud will become the new Iron Curtain. Can diplomacy extinguish the flames before they engulf the region and the world? The Kremlin's demands, delivered in December 2023, sent shockwaves through Western capitals. They were blunt declarations, a clear escalation in rhetoric and intent. Russia demanded a legally binding guarantee that NATO halt any further expansion eastward, effectively slamming the door shut on Ukrainian membership. Furthermore, Moscow demanded a rollback of NATO troops and military infrastructure to pre-1997 levels, erasing the post-Cold War security order in Europe. This included the removal of troops and equipment from former Soviet bloc countries like Poland and the Baltic states. Moscow's demands were about Ukraine's right to choose its own destiny, challenging the principle of national sovereignty. The world watched with disbelief as Russia laid bare its intentions. The ultimatums were not a starting point for negotiations. They were a declaration of intent. The question was, how would the West respond? Caught in the crosshairs of this geopolitical struggle is Ukraine, a nation grappling with its own internal divisions and a long history of Russian interference. For Ukrainians, the stakes could not be higher. Their country is not a pawn in a geopolitical chess game. It is their home, their future. The Russian ultimatums have only strengthened the resolve of the Ukrainian people. The Ukrainian government has been resolute, refusing to bow to Russian pressure and calling for international support. The Ukrainian people have shown remarkable courage and resilience in the face of Russian aggression. The choices made in the coming weeks will have profound consequences for Ukraine and the international order. The West's response to the Russian ultimatums has been a mix of unity and division. There is widespread condemnation of Russia's actions and a commitment to defend NATO's Article 5. NATO has made it clear that any attack on a member state will be met with a swift response. However, European nations, relying on Russian energy, are wary of provoking Moscow. There are differing views on how best to engage with Russia, with some advocating for dialogue and others for a more confrontational approach. The United States has taken a leading role in rallying support for Ukraine, providing military and financial assistance. The West's unity will be tested in the coming months, and it is essential that the transatlantic alliance presents a united front. Amidst the escalating tensions, a glimmer of hope has emerged from an unexpected quarter. Saudi Arabia. The kingdom has launched a peace initiative aimed at finding a negotiated solution to the crisis. The details of the Saudi proposal remain shrouded in secrecy, but it is believed to involve a ceasefire, the withdrawal of Russian troops from Ukraine, and international guarantees for Ukraine's security. The initiative has been met with cautious optimism, but it faces significant hurdles. Russia has shown little interest in meaningful negotiations, and it remains to be seen whether they are willing to compromise. The United States has welcomed the Saudi initiative, but it is unclear how much leverage they can exert. The road to peace in Ukraine will be long and arduous, but the stakes are too high for anything less.